Pigtails, the only hairstyle that looks good on me. Truly, it's the only thing that works. I either look too crazy or too sophisticated, like way too serious, if I have my hair in like a ponytail or a bun or just like out. So my hair is just in pigtails 99% of the time. Literally when I'm sleeping is the only time it's not like this. The problem is that I get really bored of this look every single day and I want to zhuzh it up a little. I really enjoy wearing scrunchies, but a lot of scrunchies are like big and they're just not right for this. You have to like twirl it 4 or 5 times to have it fit here, and even then it like doesn't keep your hair up. So today I'm gonna fix my issue by just making my own. Story of my life. For those who don't know, I am not at home. I am currently traveling and visiting family, so all I have is really the resources that they have. That is why today I am putting a little bit of a limitation on myself and challenging myself by seeing how many hair accessories I can make from only this bag of scraps. There is some big pieces of fabric here, big as in like maybe this big, maybe like 1 meter. Your 1 yard is like the largest piece I think that is in here. And then a lot of smaller kind of end bits from like pants and shirts. So I'm gonna see how much I can make from this. I mean, it's a lot of hair accessories to be making from this. So I think I'm gonna put a cap to about like 10. Let's get started. First things first, let's see what we've got to work with. Laying out all the scraps like this makes it easier to figure out what to make because you can see everything all at once. There isn't much variety in terms of patterns or color. It's all pretty muted, but that's all right. I can make this work. My favorite is this cheetah print here, so let's start with this. I think these are cutoffs from a pair of pants, so I'm gonna start by unpicking the hem open, then press it flat. I'm making a scrunchie here, so I'm gonna keep it in a continuous loop. No need to cut it flat. For scrunchies, I like to use the burrito method. It's the most efficient way to do it. So lay it good side facing good side, fold the top layer onto each other like so, acting as your burrito innards, then fold the bottom layer together like this. We're gonna stitch right along this side without catching the innards. Take it to the machine, stitch down a couple inches, then in the opening of the bottom, pull on the innards like so, then continue stitching. Repeat this until you just about reach the end of the loop, leaving a little opening so you can bag it out. Grab an elastic and cut it to your desired length. I cut it at about 2.5 inches. Attach a mini safety pin to one side of the elastic and feed it through the beautiful looped tube you just made. Once the elastic is through, fasten both ends together, either by sewing it or just tying a knot. Hand stitch the opening of the fabric shut, then bam! First pair done. Can you see? Can you see? Oh, how cute! They're super mini and they're really tight actually, so I'm not worried about them falling off. Let me try putting them on. It's definitely giving ginger spice, and I'm here for it. With that cheetah print pattern, like, please, fabulous. And if I actually just pulled them all the way out, okay, I definitely prefer them like this than opposed to the little buns, but either way, they look really good, and they're really stuck. Like, they're not going anywhere. They're stuck on my head. And the perfect thing about this is that you can do this with any type of fabric. You can hem any pair of pants, take that scrap and turn them into little scrunchies and wear them like forever. And you'll have like the perfect matching accessory. And then you can brag and be like, yeah, I made these. Aww. Okay, well, one done. On to the next. Next up, the heart. For the pattern, just pull up an image of a heart and trace it. I mean, you could always just freehand it, but I've only ever managed to draw lopsided hearts my entire life, so tracing it is for me. I'm just gonna define the shape a little bit more, then cut it out. Make sure it'll fit on your fabric of choice, then press the wrinkles out. Trace out the shape twice, Then cut it out with about a 1/2 inch seam allowance all around. Place good side to good side, then pin it together, leaving an opening to bag it out. Straight stitch it, then trim down the seam allowance. I like to use pinking shears to prevent the fabric from fraying. Cut some slits in the seam allowance all around. This will let the curves lay more comfortably when you bag it out. Tuck in the extra seam allowance at the opening, then give it a nice press. Cut a little hole in the middle along with some slits. Fold in the seam allowance. I used some pins to keep it in place, then hand stitch the opening shut, leaving a teeny tiny opening to feed some elastic through. Then,
bam! The only thing about this that I don't really love and that I think I would change eventually when I get the time is actually make the hole bigger, because I want there to be more of a scrunch, you know? Like if this was like for pigtail, then I wouldn't mind it as much because I just need it to be placed, you know, just stay in place. But because this is for a bigger ponytail, like just the one, I would need this hole to stretch a bit more. It's just not, it doesn't open enough. So for this to work, it can either be one big ponytail, which I dislike. I like to just take 2 strands from the front, put them in the back, tie it, then just put this through the pony. It's just a struggle to pull it through such a small hole. I'll do a little bun first so you can see what it looks like in the back. I can't see if you see it, so I'm sorry if it's like crooked or whatever. I'm gonna try it without the bun. So I like doing just a little bit of hair, pulling just a little bit of hair out so you can see the entire shape. But sometimes you don't want to wear it like that. You want your the whole pony out. So let me just show you what that would look like. Don't love it, but it kind of works. It's a bit, I think I like it better if it's stuffed, like a bit more structure to the shape. Like it just looks a bit floppy, like I'd also prefer a brighter pink, I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes you need a muted pink for your outfit. It depends on what you wear, right? So I don't think I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm gonna gravitate to this much, even after fixing the situation. But it was a nice exercise, and maybe I'll add something to it. I think maybe some beading or something is what this is missing, honestly. I have to sleep on it, figure out what I can do to change this. Yeet. Moving on.
Okay, for this I already pre-cut out the pattern, just freehand drew a pea pod and 2 leaves. You only really need 1, but I wanted to get a better sense of what it would look like assembled. And it's exactly what I want, so gonna trace out the pea pod 4 times and the leaves 4 times. Cut them all out, then place the corresponding piece together, good side to good side, and pin them in place. Straight stitch them together on the machine, leaving a little opening to bag it out. Grab some pinking shears to cut down some of that seam allowance, then flip it inside out. Give it a good press, then take it to the machine. I'm not exactly sure how I want the leaves to look, so I'm going to try one with the decorative stitch going along the edge, then another with the decorative stitches mimicking veins. Yeah, the veins are definitely the winner in this scenario. For the peas in the pod, I'm going to use these silver sequences and some little green beads to secure the sequences in place. I want there to be some space between the sequences, so I'm going to put in no more than 5 on each pod. So to start, run a needle and thread through a bead. Tie the ends of the thread together so the bead is locked in a loop. Shift that knot away from the bead so it's out of the way. Feed your needle through the sequence, then feed it through the fabric where you want it to lay. Bring the needle up where you want the next sequence to go, then feed a sequence and a bead through the needle. Secure it in place by feeding the needle through that sequence hole, then voila! Repeat those steps till you get all your peas in the pod. Assemble the leaves and pea pods together, then attach whatever you'd like to the back. In my case, I went with a bit of elastic.
Bam! 2 peas in a pod. These are, I think, my favorite so far, definitely. It's just the beads that really make it pop. I think it was a really good idea to use up some sequences and beads. It's just nice sometimes to blend fabrics with a different type of texture, a different type of medium. It just makes it a little bit more interesting. And so this was nice. The only thing I don't really love about these is the back, of course. It's not very professional. It looks very homemade. The thing about this, why I made these a little differently and put a little elastic at the back, is that it's more versatile, right? So this one I don't have to wear only when I have pigtails. I can use one of these guys. I don't remember what they're not bobby pins. Are they bobby pins? Maybe they're bobby pins. You can just feed it through like that and then stick that in your hair like it is. So whenever you have your hair all the way down, you can still wear these just on the side. I usually don't actually like these like bobby pins. I like to use just clips. It's a great way for, you know, a little like, just a little snap clip. They work so much better for keeping these like hair accessories on your head. And this loop is definitely big enough for that. I like to do it for when I'm doing like costumes and stuff. Like if you make a little paper crown or like you remember that grape costume I did? Yeah, I used a clip pin instead of, a clip instead of bobby pins. Because bobby pins are just not secure enough. I don't know who invented these and who thought these were a good idea, but they're not secure. They're just not. But also I can still wear these with my pigtails by putting through like little hair elastics like this. I hope you can see, feed it through the elastic. Then put one end inside the other. Like loop it around one side, and oof, there you go. You make yourself a little loop, and now you can tie that around your head, your ponytail. Look it. Tell me this isn't cute. Like, tell me this isn't cute. I'm like trying to look, but also trying to show you at the same time, which is stupid. Wait, hear me out. You could totally just put a post, like stick it through the elastic and then bam, earring. Or if you like a dangle, you could just hook it at the back of this. These are so versatile. Also, you can wear it as a collar. Like if you had a collared shirt, you can have like a little like tie situation. 10 out of 10, I think these are my favorite of all time because you can use them not only as hair ties, but as everything else.
Last but certainly not least, let's make some rose ties. I've got some scraps left over from that bouquet bag I made a couple videos ago, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to make a matching hair accessory to go with it. I'm going to start by cutting out some strips as big as the scraps I have will allow. I ended up with 2 strips, each 25 inches long and 2 inches wide. Fold each strip in half, good side facing good side, then straight stitch all the way down, creating a tube. Flip it inside out, then iron it flat. To make the rose, I like to start by folding one side diagonally like this, then start rolling it in. Grab the long end and twist once, then continue wrapping the fabric around. I like to do 1 twist per wrap around. Continue twisting and wrapping until you have a mini rose. Don't forget to tack it into place with a needle and thread. By that I just mean poke the needle back and forth through the fabric so the whole thing stays in place.
Okay, so I'm in a bit of a dilemma right now, okay, for these roses. I don't know what to do with them. Like, they look pretty cute just on their own, but boring. Like, you could just buy one of these, whatever. So I was thinking about doing leaves like this. I put this against here and like, tell me this isn't it. It looks so cute like this. Even though this looks way cuter, I feel like I shouldn't make another leaf just to keep things different. I think I'm gonna do a hair tie instead. I don't have any green thread with me, so this might be a little bit of an issue. What I was planning on doing was just cutting out 2 strips from the scrap and then just stitching maybe about a 1/4 inch away from the edge, just a straight line. This will keep the fabric from fraying until that line. So what I like to do is after stitching it, throw it in the wash, bring it back out, and then you'll have your edge is perfectly frayed. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I wish I had an example to show you, but again, I'm not in my own space, so So what I'm gonna do actually is just cut 2 strips out of the green, unserged, unfinished, and use it as ties.
For this, I just cut out 2 40-inch long by 3/4 inch wide strips. Fold the strip in half to determine where the middle is, then just tack the rows onto the good side of the green fabric.
Got it. Oh, got it. Can you see? Perfect. They're cute little roses. They're hair ties. They're not done perfectly, but whatever. They're definitely gonna fray, so if you do it this way, definitely don't put this in the wash. But they'll survive for a while. Let's try these on. I can't really see them from the front. They look pretty chill. Let me see if I can you see? Can you see? Is it cute? Is it cute? I feel like hair ties like this, like when you do ribbons and stuff, it's much easier when you do it on somebody else because you can actually properly do it. Because when you're trying to tie something in the mirror, it's just the opposite way and you're just like, ah, shit, ah, shit, ah, shit. When you're doing it on somebody else, it's like, oh, done, you know? Remember how I said I would stop at like 10? Nah, I'm stopping at 4, okay? I'm honestly tired of making these and I just want to wrap this video up. Anyways, I hope this video helped you or at the very least inspired you to pick up a needle and thread and try to make something of your own with the things you already have at home. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.